Welcome back. Today we're going to show you how to make some sick, brutal ass beats, dubstep style. I'm here with the Brothers Destroyer, Billy Bob himself, you know me, Nebula 1, JL. We're going to show you how to make dubstep beats today. Alright, so first of all, you have to understand that, you know what it is make sure your sounds are good first. And also, make sure you separate your drums. Like the kick is on one track, the snare is on one track. All right, so that's the foundation. Make sure that you find your recipe for kicks. Like every song you do could be like the same kick or whatever. You know what I'm saying? No, actually not. You know, like have like 3 or 4 kicks. You know, like in that realm. You know what I'm saying? All right, so let's see what we got here. We've prepared this song for you. Billy Bob did the drums. Well, I did the drums, but Billy Bob's like made sure that we used Metallica drums. We used Lars Ulrich actually for this. It can be found through the Play libraries. Goliath, look it up online. Goliath drums for Ministry of Rock. That's the drums we used. We used the intro was done with. All that is a piano on the top, and that piano track is right here, track 9. The next one is the chorus, just these girls singing, and what that was it was just like the ahs, like she's singing ah, like she's taking a deep breath, and then this bottom is actually like a saw. But we stripped on the LFO, we stripped out actually it was the oscillator. We took out the saw buzz and made it a square and pulled down the amp so that it was just this low sounding thing. So it sounds good like that. Alright? And this melody, it's kind of like Baroque. Like you can find that with Bach, Johann Sebastian Bach. You know what I'm saying? So then, as you see here on the timeline, like after that intro, right? It comes in, like the drop comes in, and I'm still debating whether or not to make that drop a little different. I got some really sick ass sounds here, like this one. I might start it with that drop, but for now, we got like this saw blade. So I was thinking we could call it like, you know what I'm saying? Like motherfucking flamethrower. You know what I'm saying? Because it sounds like a fucking flamethrower. All right, so like, let's check it out. Like, this is what it's supposed to like. You got to think to yourself like, this is the soundtrack for fucking like. The type of shit we get into, you know what I'm saying? Like some of that fucking flamethrower shit. Up. You know what I'm saying? Right?
Sounds more like a minigun. Like a minigun. Sounds like a day at the range.
Alright, so as he said that sounds like a day at the range. Alright, so let's break it down. First, that first part, the way that's made is, I mean, like, for y'all who want to do this yourself, I'll try to explain it. Alright, so look, like, first of all, of course, the first thing to do is, I guess you could do drums first. You can figure out what your drums are. And I'm sure you're going to want to check out all like the wobbling, analog synths and stuff, and I'll explain that. But first of all, look, check it out. If I were to solo any of these, that's like cymbals, right? This is a snare. That's actually Lars Ulrich snare drum. Like that's a sound in Play library. Next, those cymbals, right? That's instead of a hi-hat for the loud part. And then here, this bass part. You see what I'm saying? So as you can see those little markings there, you know what those markings are? that's like the little, you know, knob on this, the pitch shifter. So when I play it, I'll be like, you know what I'm saying? Down, down, down. So that comes like, makes like a really sick, like rolling effect. It's like similar to like a tank tread. You know what I'm saying? Like the tank is, you know, no stopping it. You know, there's no stopping it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what I'm talking about. So anyway. All right, so let's like just solo the drums and the bass. Look, check it out. Oh, we need the kick drum. Let me find the kick drum real quick. So we put the kick drum on a separate one. All right, so here it is. Oh, and the kick drum, you know what that is? Is that comes from like a Dr. Dre library. Forget where I got it from, but it's like, you know, it's just a simple, you know what I did? I used the Lars Ulrich kick drum originally, and it was like not loud enough at all. It was like, it wasn't, like it sounded too like rock and rolly, and I was like trying to EQ it, like take out the treble because it was like so metal. You know what I'm saying? But like it just didn't work. So I put in like just a regular like hip hop kick drum, but I kept the Lars Ulrich snare. That's something that's good to do. Mix and match heavy metal with hip hop. That's good. Of course, we're going to get into reggae too. Of course, that's the foundation of all this shit. Drum and bass, dubstep, all that shit all came from like UK adopting a lot of reggae shit. That's just what I mean, I come from like freaking like Concrete Jungle, like old school stuff, like 1994. Like we're old as fuck. Like we were like at raves when we were like 16, and it was like 1994, and that's the type of shit. Like I used to do production and get up on the stage and shit with these opera singers and shit at Concrete Jungle in the city. I won't talk about that. But anyway, like, all right, so look, so start it off like this, right? All right, so look, I will solo this, all right? You know what I'm saying? That's pretty cool. So, and I lost my snare drum there. All right, so anyway, then this part, this part is like just madness. This is like the flamethrower sound. All right, so you see how I did that? Like, it's one keyboard, but like I separated them because I want this one to have a different EQ than this one because this one is so noisy. I put an EQ on that and brought it down. It was even more noisier than that, but I pulled up the bass on it and pulled down the treble. You know what I'm saying? So that was that, and then I left the EQ the same for that one. So I just wanted to separate it. Also, there's a panning on there, and that goes back and left and right. You see these little green lines? That goes back and forth. If you see, you know that doon 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 doon. I just click on like view track, and then go to here to pan, select pan, and just go right, left, like that. All right, so let's look at this part, right? So as you know, if you're doing this, you do the drums first, right? Actually, the first thing I did was the intro, the piano. All right, but that's cool. Then after the piano, I don't do all of this machine gun shit first. You know, that's a pretty cool thing. I don't know. I hate what I think I suck. You know what I'm saying? Next time, but that's good because next time is going to be so much better. I'm just going to knock it out of the water.